yo, as promised, here's a shorter video for UI Goku's Oki to add on to my pressure video. Check that out if you haven't seen it yet. It goes really in depth. So briefly covering Oki, which occurs after combos to continue your pressure. In the corner, he has 3 knockdowns, JH or JDR, and 2 and 4L, which gives a frame advantage of around 60 frames. And the more rare J226M add less with 46 to 54, depending on the height. For jumping heavy or jumping dragon rush as a combo ender, you can do the universal Oki with a backdash jump forward JH or super jump up JL with falling JH, which are both meaty safe jumps covering in place and up techs. So these universal ones don't regenerate assists. We have to get more character specific with our frame kills in order to actually trigger the regeneration of our assists. For that, on these enders, UI can whiff a 2M into ID JH, which still hits meaty safe jumps on all these techs while regenerating assists this time. Here I mash the 2M while falling from the air so it comes out ASAP into IAD, ASAP into the JH, trying to be as tight as possible to keep it as a meaty. 214L on the other hand has different pushback at the end, so it doesn't work as well with the universal setups because you actually whiff your JH, you actually don't make it as far on the jumps. But the equivalent to regenerate your assist, which is the preferred Oki of course, is doing a dash whiff 5L into IAD JH. This is also very tight timing, so get used to that. J226M removes the dash to whiff 5L into IAD-JM. JM is always nicer on Oki if you can, because if they get hit on those up techs, you can confirm it with J2H for better combos, whereas JH just sends them back down to the ground and you don't really get a combo unless you throw an assist there to help you pick them up. Now the other setups that we discussed with JH on Oki don't have JM as a meaty option, but you can risk it if you really want to, especially if their tendencies show you that they like to up tech a lot, and then you go for JM to get that combo or staircase them down more easily. If you ever land a low to the ground J226M ender, you'd have to whiff a 2L into your ID instead. What's super cool about these setups for UI is that if they ever block a JH on up tech, doing 5L into super dash guarantees a super dash 50-50 mix to land due to 5L's huge block stun. So they cannot reflect or 2H it, and boom, they get mixed for up teching, which is a common option online. So that's one incentive of saving assists for UI instead of using it to Oki, so you can guarantee the super dash mix if they up tech. Although it is nice against the super strong variable timing delay tech, in order to use your assist to back you up while you cover up tech and the assist covers the ground and delay tech. And you can also sometimes add flips after the meaty JH or JM in order to layer offense a bit more as well. But remember, these can get 2H. For delay tech, they avoid these setups so it can be harder to deal with it. After your setup, you need to manually time your next meaty since they can stay down for up to 30 frames on the ground. But his 5L is a bit slow at 9 frames, right? So it's harder to react when they get up with 5L. So 2L is better to react on delay techs. Although 6S can sometimes come in as Oki since it is 6 frames and is very active. So it can come out right on a reaction to when they get up, or you can do it early and then let it linger so that when they get up they have to block. If you use 6S too late though, there is a dead zone where they can get up in between. On hit it combos easily, and on block you can branch in his options right away with 5H frame trap, reset, all the pressure options that we discussed before. And this can kinda deal with other tech options if you just go into 6S right away and not your other setups. Not really though. Just be careful of delay tech reversals since 6S keeps you stuck in place until the animation finishes, right? And of course the Oki counter tech, which requires you to change the timings of your setups, but I have a whole video for that. In the corner you can also go for held flips, then react until when they get up with L in order to hit them. If it hits, you vanish. If they block, then you get plus frames. Or hitting heavy if they vanish or reversal or anything like that to punish them. And there's also medium for the grab to layer things for real, but that's not too effective. This can be really fun because it's always side switching, so it is a fun Oki. An interesting reset after assist plus grounded DR is 214H. Against people who don't know, you can surprise them with a jumping DR. But doing J236L or M is a meaty that hits all the tech options airborne. Down tech, up tech, forward tech, all of them. Only losing to frame 1 options like anti-air DPs or level 3s. But it can still be interesting to surprise them, and if they know, to bait things. But down tech block requires you to use an assist to continue on pressure, and then you also need an assist to kind of hit confirm, so it's not the greatest. For mid-screen Oki, well, you should be reaching the corner or getting close with UI with all of his corner care on his combos. Unless if it's off like a 2H or a Dragon Rush, which you can also side switch. But yeah, off of JH you can just do the universal manual dash IAD Oki, which can be useful. And remember, mid-screen Oki is always going to be a bit weaker, that's why we want to be in the corner. But off JH knockdowns, if you don't want the dash ID setup, you can do dash jump right away into air dash to cover up and the 2 down techs, needing to be careful for delay tech as usual. Then you can go into 6S as usual if the delay tech too long. His flip Oki also isn't as strong mid-screen though, since they have so much room to just kind of escape it. And mid-screen, that's where assist can really help to lock them down in place, where you can even just super dash plus assist to try to get immediate that way. For level 3 though, he doesn't really get much sadly. Moon jump fast fall into normal with JH kinda hits meaty, although it only save jumps 2H's, so if they know this, they can get a free turn every time, forcing you to block the 2H. Unless you call them out with fast fall into 214H, but that's asking too much of a guess on your side on your own level 3 Oki. And no, to do the moon jump for level 3 Oki, you need dash macro on, holding up 4 plus then tapping the super dash button right when the animation ends, right when he recovers from the beam, and then you can get that super jump up, and then hold down for the little fast fall, and then like go up down into J8 so you don't get J2A. What's nice is when adding assists. Projectiles especially keeps them down as a meaty, where you can set up a 50-50 with fast fall low or air dash high behind the assist, or even floats for crossups depending on your assist. And the really cool piece of tech here is assists that can be angled up, like Kefla's beam, SSJku's beam, Krillin. By holding up when you call the assist, you purposefully whiff that assist, which is great to bait out reflex if they see the assist marker appear, expecting the 50-50 come, but instead of that meaty, boom, it whiffs, and then they're vulnerable with that reflect punish for a huge medium startup. Really cool. Another piece of Oki is doing EX dash whiff, where 5L kinda lands meaty. For some reason, people get jump scared by this a lot, expecting a cross up or something. The medium dash can meaty kinda as well, which that one actually does hit, where the EX dash doesn't. And then you also appear behind them if they block for the flip mix. Layers here can include DR after EX dash or dashing, but it's not safe at all, so be careful with that. Another good one is Vanish, where 5M's second hit almost fully meaties for a low, or mixing in cross up JM for a little left right, I guess. Not a 50-50, but a very effective auto-timed option. And I like doing this one to add 214H into spark bait as well. And if you don't see the spark, you can mix in other flip options by holding the heavy on reaction, which is pretty cool. The only issue is that this one is very expensive and not that strong. And that's why sometimes it's better to just dash up manually and then try to meet from there with 2L or like a high IAD, up to you. Similar to the Midscreen Oki that we went over before. Yeah, all of his level 3 stuff ain't that potent, I'm afraid, but you do want it to be mid-screen instead of in the corner most of the time to get access to, you know, cross-up IADs and stuff as an option. But you can choose to stay in the corner if you want by doing J236H enter into level 3, or when you're the anchor, you can do level 1 to level 3, and then that way you can keep the corner if you want, or if you have any setups or anything like that. So it's good to lock in on positional advantage, but you get no extra frame advantage or anything for even better setups. The moon jump is still not that meaty, sadly. Now that about wraps it up and truly completes the UI collection on the channel with all his combos, neutral, and now pressure and Oki. Hope y'all enjoyed this, man. We'll see what we have on the future of the channel for Dragon Ball FighterZ. Hopefully a lot more. But with that being said, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.